I'm Adam Jusko from ProudMoney.com. There's a new 2% cashback American Express card that has just hit the market. Well, sort of. It's called the Bread Cashback American Express card, and we're going to review it here. But first, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already, and if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So a new 2% flat cashback card joining the fray of a number of 2% cards out there. It's got no foreign transaction fees, which is interesting. It's also an American Express card, but it's not issued by American Express. So it's called the Bread Cashback American Express credit card, and bread in this case sort of meaning money, which no one has really called money since 1950. But anyway, it is called the Bread Cashback American Express card, and bread is Bread Financial, which used to be Alliance Data. They just recently changed their name. And they are, if you still don't recognize any of these names, the parent company of Comenity Bank. And Comenity is the issuer behind a lot of retail credit cards in particular. So you have the parent company of Comenity now offering their own 2% American Express card with Comenity Capital Bank being the issuer. So in this case, American Express is not the issuer. They are the payment network in the same way that MasterCard or Visa would be the payment network when you get a card that is a MasterCard or Visa. So American Express, not the issuer, but there are some American Express benefits that come along with this card, which may or may not interest you, and we'll talk about those. All right, so let's look at those details and see how it stacks up in today's credit card market. The Bread Cashback American Express card, a no annual fee American Express credit card, that gives you your rewards using the following formula. You're going to get 2% flat cashback, 2% cashback on all of your purchases, no purchasing categories to consider, 2% back on everything that you buy. In terms of redeeming those rewards, you can redeem them as either a statement credit, which reduces the balance on your credit card bill, or you can actually have direct deposit into your savings or checking account. There is no minimum, so if you want to redeem 20 cents, you can do that. So there's no minimum that you're going to have to hit before you redeem. In terms of a new cardholder bonus, there is not one. At least there isn't one on their public offer. So on this channel, I always try to grab whatever the public offer is on the website to see what is available to just anybody that might walk in. Now, that doesn't mean that you might not get an offer at your home that will give you everything I am talking about, but maybe does have a new cardholder bonus. It is certainly possible. And this card, when you look at their homepage as it exists right now, they even have a link there that says, do you have a pre-screen offer? And if you click through that, it says if you've already been pre-approved or you've got a pre-approved offer or whatever, use your code here. So it's possible that people are already getting offers for this card that do have a new cardholder bonus, but in terms of the public offer, there isn't one. Rates and fees on this card, like I said, no annual fee. You have no foreign transaction fees, which is not something that you can widely get on the other 2% cards on the market. I can think of one other one that has that. So if you use the card outside of the United States, you're not going to get charged anything extra on those purchases. In terms of your everyday interest rate, there are no 0% offers on this, so you're not going to get 0% on your purchases for any length of time or on balance transfers. That everyday interest rate, as I make this video, could be 15.74% or 23.24% or 27.24%. That low end, not bad. Those 20s getting into that interest rate, not so hot. All right, now let's look at a few of the extra bennies that you can get on this card thanks to its association with American Express. The first one being Amex Offers. If you are not familiar with Amex Offers, it is a program that allows you to get higher cash back on certain purchases when you make purchases at certain partners and you spend a certain amount. So it may be that you got to spend $100 to get 25 bucks back, or 150 to get 50 bucks back, or whatever the case might be. Now, there is an Amex Offers program for cards like this that aren't actually issued by American Express, but use the American Express as a payment processor. And it appears, as far as I can tell, that the Amex offers you get are fewer and not quite as good overall. So it looks like on their website they show about 50 Amex offers that are available. Maybe when you get the card they're different, but I don't think so. So I think what is kind of showing out there publicly is what they have as Amex offers right now. Now, if you have an Amex card issued by American Express, there are more offers and there are more attractive offers in my opinion. So you're getting Amex offers, but you're not getting as good of an Amex offers as you would from an American Express card issued by American Express. Next up, some insurances and protections. Car rental loss and damage insurance up to $50,000 worth of coverage. This is secondary coverage on your rental car, which means you'd have to go through your standard car insurance that you hold first, and then anything that wasn't covered would be covered by this. You've got retail protection that gives you reimbursement on a purchase that you make if it gets damaged or stolen within the first 90 days after the purchase. And then you have some other things that are a little harder to even discuss what they are. You've got some identity theft protection here, supposedly. You also have the ability to contact American Express if you are on an international trip and you need some sort of help there for medical emergencies or other emergencies, so you have some assistance that way. These aren't bad things to have, but they certainly, I don't think, are deal breakers for anyone when it comes to choosing a credit card. You've got some dining discounts on this card, and I don't know if this is a thing that American Express just does with its partners or if it does it on its regular cards and somehow I missed the memo. But anyway, you can get 20% off your order or a free appetizer at certain restaurants. Now, I looked to see where these restaurants are, how many of them there are, and there really aren't a ton. There are about 77 total restaurants in the United States where you can take advantage of this, and they are only in 14 states, and quite a few of them are in New York. So there's sort of a benefit here, but for a lot of people, it's one that you won't be able to take advantage of. And then you've got some exclusive entertainment access, which basically means you will have some pre-sale access to certain concerts, theater productions, sporting events, etc., etc. Somehow, if American Express has some link to those and they can get you in early, well, then you would have that option here. So that is the package you get with the Bread Cashback American Express credit card, a 2% flat cashback card, no annual fee. There are a lot of 2% cards on the market at this point, and at first blush, when I look at this, I would say if there's not a bonus opportunity for new card holders, it doesn't stack up quite as well. There are cards like the Wells Fargo Active Cash Visa, for example, where you could get a $200 bonus potentially up front if you meet the spend requirements. So for a lot of people, that's going to look more attractive. There are two aspects to this card that maybe would push it a little further up your list if you were looking for a 2% flat cashback credit card. The first of them is no foreign transaction fees. So if you use it outside of the United States, you're not going to get charged any extra. Most of the other 2% cards out there do have foreign transaction fees, the SoFi credit card being one exception to that rule that I know of off the top of my head. American Express, not always going to be accepted internationally, so that could be a downside, but in most places I think you could use your American Express card, so I don't know that it's much of a downside. But anyway, so no foreign transaction fees, and then the second aspect to it is, my guess is, because this is a card being issued by Comenity Capital Bank, and traditionally, Comenity has worked with a lot of retail store cards, and a lot of their cards that they have tend to be a little easier to be approved for. So, because this card just came out, I don't have any data as to how they are, figuring out who's approved and who's not approved, but I'm guessing that this card would be a little easier to be approved for than most, if not all, of the other 2% cashback cards out there. What does that mean? Again, I'm not sure, but I would think that if you have a 650 credit score or above, you'd probably have a good shot at being approved for this card. So maybe if you couldn't get one of those other cards and you're sitting with a 1.5% card, maybe you would want to give this one a shot because maybe your approvals would be easier. Again, there's no data yet. It just came out, but that is my guess. So those are the two aspects for me that make this card potentially competitive when you look at it against other 2% cards out there on the market. In terms of those Amex benefits that come with it, I don't know if those really make a whole lot of difference. Maybe if you wanted access to Amex offers and you couldn't get approved for an American Express issued credit card, well then maybe this would be a way for you to do that. But like I said, I don't think the Amex offers here are as good as what you get from an actual American Express issued credit card. If you know differently, please let me know in the comments below. But still, good to have another 2% card out there on the market. And if it is easier to get, well then obviously that is something that makes a difference as well. I would love to hear your thoughts, comments, suggestions on my appearance, whatever, in that comments section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. And as always, please go to proudmoney.com where we do credit card reviews. We talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you don't want to do any of those things that I just mentioned, I would like you to watch this video.